Welcome back, this is Board Game Officer. So today we're going to go through the late pledge for Middara. So we're going to go through all the stuff so you know what you need and what you don't need or what you might want. So here we have the Middara late pledge. We're going to go through each one individually real quick. The first two things that we have are the two brand new items that they have for this late pledge. These items are Lupercalia 2023. Now this is the same idea as Lupercalia 2022 and 2021. All these are you're going to be extra espers that you as the hero can use, but also the enemies can use as well. So that is going to come with 4 new espers. One big caveat here is a lot of times these are the more sexy type of sculptures. So if you're not into that type of design, then these might not be for you. The second thing here is the foretelling narration for Act 2 and 3. As you see, it's $24, where Act 1 is free. And now I want to say they have said that this narration has multiple voice actors, where the Act 1 is just that one voice actor that she reads everything. This one does have her, she's returning, but then there's also other people for other voices. So that is why we're actually having to pay for this one, because there's actually more going on there. One little thing as well is they have said that they might redo Act 1 narration with more voice actors like this one. Once again, they said it probably would cost something if they ended up doing it. Depends on whether or not they get enough interest in it. The next section is what was on the last pre-order section that was new there that was not on the original Kickstarter. First thing here is we have the Kickstarter Cross Promotion Pack. During the Kickstarter, they had 10 different resin miniatures that you could get along with some cards. This is the same 10 miniatures, however they are now plastic instead of resin. So it's a little bit cheaper, but you do get all 10. Once again, it doesn't change any of their abilities. It's just a different art, different aesthetics. And it does come with 2 new item cards. Not a big game changer, but they are new and different. And then the art. So if you like the new art, you like the new miniatures, this is definitely a good buy for $30 for all 10 of them. Not a bad buy. The next up here is we have the Lupercalia from 2021 that you could buy. It's got the 4 new characters that are just espers that you could add on into your gameplay. Nothing really game changing there. Once again, they are a little bit more of that sexual kind of art. Just a heads up, depending if you like that or not. Then, now we could get all 10 mats from all 10 different characters that are playable, instead of just the base 4 that came with the original Kickstarter. So if you don't have any of them yet, you could get all 10. Or if you already have the base 4, you can buy just the new 6 of them. And last thing from the old late pledge are the tuck bags. Now there are all 10 of them for all 10 characters. These look very, very nice. I think these look awesome. This is really awesome. I think this is an awesome buy. Not needed, but awesome. Alright, now we're going to jump in to kind of more of the meat and bones of the game. So obviously you have the biggest bundle of Act 1, 2, and 3 for $400. This does not have any expansions, nothing, it's just the base Acts 1, 2, and 3. Or you can get just the base game for $200. Now, let's get into the expansions. This is where stuff kind of gets confusing. This is the stuff I really want to focus on here. So you can buy, if you already have Act 1, you can buy Act 2 and 3 as a bundle for $250. They have 2 Kickstarter promo packs. So these promo packs are going to come with 3 new heroes that you could play as within the crawl mode. The Kickstarter 1 promo is going to come with minis to take place of all the espers within Act 1. As well, it's going to come with tarot cards for a 2 to 3 player variant of the game. The tarot cards can also be found on their free print and play Dropbox, but these are actually going to give you the extra tarot cards so you can play 2 to 3 players. And just to verify, it comes with minis for the espers, and it comes for an opposing esper and for a esper on your side. Kickstarter 2 promo pack is the exact same thing. They're going to have, actually this one has 4 new hero cards that you can play during the crawl mode, along as some miniatures for the espers in Act 2 and 3. So now we're going to talk about adventure packs. Now, adventure packs, right now, all we have is this one adventure pack. It's not as big as the Act 2 and 3 expansions. It's still got a lot of gameplay. So it's kind of like a step down from Act 2 and 3. The adventure pack is going to fill a couple of those gaps within the storyline. So as you can see, this one is Pirates of Elena Volume 1, meaning there might be some more volumes, but there is no other volumes available now. Just to verify right off the bat, it is now called Chasing Legends, where during the initial Kickstarter, it was called The Hunt of the Mother. Exact same game, nothing changed except for the name. It's going to have new adventures and heroes for the crawl mode. It's going to come with new variations of all the enemies, and it's going to come with new items that you can purchase within the store. Now, this one specifically, Pirates of Elena, it is going to be designed for the normal 1 to 4 players, and it is to be played in chronological order within the adventure mode. You don't have to, but to let the story line up better, it's good to play it anytime after Chapter 3 is when you want to play it. So because of that, it does require Act 1 to play because it's in the middle of Act 1. And then also it's really cool because it does have some flags that carry on into Acts 2 and 3. So within this, there are over 15 new encounters that you can go through just within this adventure pack. Also, it comes with over 20 new miniatures and a lot of more variations of monsters and items. So the next up is we have 3 different bounty packs. So bounty packs, they're just going to be a little side quest within the adventure mode. These are meant to be difficult, so it's important to make sure you jump into it when it tells you to and not before. But it does give you more variations of monsters. It gives you more items to buy within the store, and also gives you a lot more kind of gameplay because it gives you not only variations but also alternate monsters that you could do. The difference between a variation and an alternate, a variation is the exact same monster, just they do different stuff. A variation is going to be a different monster, but you can exchange it. So this one we have the K-Sickle Queen. This comes with more than 15 new miniatures, a dozen new items, as I said, new variations for the combatants, and it does require Act 1 to play this bounty pack. Quickly go over this. Next one is the Pit Boss. Once again, just another bounty pack. It does require Act 1. It has about 15 or so new minis. It comes with a bunch of variations of the different monsters and combatants. So basically, the K-Sickle Queen is the easiest. It's got a single skull. One that came within the base game is a 2 skull. And the Pit Boss is a 3 skull. And that's the difficulty within each one. Then we have the Collector. The only thing different with this one is this one requires Act 2. So if you're only getting the base game, you do not need this one. But once again, it comes with about 15 new miniatures. Comes with a whole lot of different variations and alternate monsters and new items. And now the last type of expansion that we have, this is called a micro adventure. So this is going to be smaller than the adventure pack, but kind of the same idea where it's kind of filling those gaps within the stories, within the characters. But this one is just a little bit shorter than the adventure pack, but same idea. It's going to come with some new minis and new cards and new adventures. However, this one specifically, I don't know if this is the only micro adventure they have right now. So I don't know if this is going to be with all micro adventures, but this one is a 1 to 2 player game. So that's kind of an important thing to note. So this is the story of Shayless and kind of gives a little bit more of her backstory. As well, this requires Act 1. But it also requires the adventure pack, Pirates of Elena. So that's good to know. If you want to play this, you do need that first adventure pack. Alright, so now we have a Vile Variations, which basically, like I was talking about before, the variant and the alternate combatants, that's what this is. This just gives you a pack of cards, basically. It comes with over 60 cards that are just variants and alternate combatants for everything. So you can have a little bit more variation within your gameplays. And of course, you do need Act 1 for this game. Oh, also within the Vile Variations, if you look here, it actually tells you to subscribe to Board Game Officer if you're liking this material. Anyways, and so on. Next we have Sylvia, the Dark Mother Cultist. Now this was a promo figure from the initial Kickstarter. Only those who backed the Kickstarter and the backer number is less than 7,982, they're the only ones who got this for free. Once again, it is just a single figure, the adventure card, and 2 items for. Once again, this is for crawl mode. It has nothing to do with adventure mode or the story or anything. And last thing here we have with more gameplay is the Act 1 token upgrade pack. Now this is going to upgrade all of the enemy standees to miniatures, except for the espers that are in Kickstarter 1 and 2 promo packs. So if you want all your miniatures, all your enemies to be miniatures, this is the pack that you want, so then you have everything. If you just want the heroes and their espers miniatures, you do not need this. I just want to point out here, it does say the Act 1 token upgrade pack turns every cardboard standee into a full-fledged miniature. That is not true. Because right before it does start that this is just half the stretch goals from the Kickstarter. Meaning the other half are Kickstarter 1 and 2 promo packs. Now we're going to go ahead and just kind of aesthetics, accessories, and everything else that you need. We've got Art Book Volume 1 and 2. They do come with adventure cards with new art on them. Each one comes with 4 different adventure cards with new art. And they are soft cover. But once again, it's just an art book. It's got a lot of more art. So if you love the art within Middara, this is going to be pretty cool. Then, once again, you can get the playmat set of 4, just the basic 4. You can get extra dice for all 3 acts. You can get extra dice just for the Act 1. Or you can get the extra dice for Act 2 and Act 3. Act 2 and Act 3 do add 6 more colors of dice, just so you know. And then you could also buy a set of 100 of 5x6 cards. Now, I want to go over these sleeves right here, because that's another big question, is how many sleeves do I actually need? So I will put a link to this down in the comments below as well. So they actually put out an FAQ sheet that goes through and tells you how many pack of 100s you need. So Middara Act 1, you need 1.01, meaning there's just over 100 that you need, right? For each one, so you can go through and calculate how many of each one you need. And as you can see, total packs needed is 6.23, so 7 packs if you want to do, if that's for everything. And this is just for the 5x6 cards, so the big adventure cards. Also, they did send up this as well, that has all the mini Euro, the large, the XL, and the tarot cards of how much is in each. This actually tells you how many cards are in each, where this one tells me how many packs of 100 you need, but this is just for the 5x6 large combatant and adventure cards. This tells you of everything that you need and has totals down below if you have an all-in, or you could go through and count of how much you need for whatever you have bought. So the last two things here is the 1.2 update and the 1.2 rulebook. So first off, this rulebook is just as an extra. So if you're getting anything else up top, any of the base games, you will get a 1.2 rulebook that comes with the game. So if you already have Act 1, that's a previous version for the 1.2, you will want this update pack if you want to play Act 1 again in the 1.2 version. If you have either Middara 1.0 or 1.1, this 1.2 pack will update it to 1.0. Very important to know this. They replace every single card in the box, which can be annoying and which is kind of nice. Annoying because now you have a whole buttload of cards that you don't know what to do with. But it's kind of nice because you don't have to go and sit there and look through all the cards to see which ones are new and which ones you have to take out. You just take all your cards from your box, put them off to the side, do whatever you want with them, grab the 1.2 update pack, boom, you have all the 1.2 update pack. So it makes it very easy, but now you just have a lot of extra cards that kind of go to waste. So good and bad, I guess. And I want to stress here too, if you are just getting Act 2 and 3, played Act 1, you don't want to replay it with 1.2 version, you don't care, you just want to go on from Act 2 and 3, you do not need 1.2. Act 2 and 3 will give you everything needed to continue on. So you don't have to worry about this if you don't care to upgrade your Act 1 to 1. And once again, a 1.2 update pack does come with a rulebook, so this is just if you want an extra rulebook because it is almost a 100-page rulebook. So having two people look up rules throughout playing might be a little helpful. So it would be kind of nice to have a second rulebook. So this does end May 31st. You will be charged for shipping and for anything that you're buying here on June 1st. Don't expect that money to come out right when you buy it. No money will come out until June 1st. Now I want to talk about delivery real quick. There are basically three different waves that are going on. We have Wave 1, which is estimated delivery of August of this year, 2023. Now, what Wave 1 includes is basically anything within Act 1, and that is equivalent to it. You've got your playmats, your Kickstarter 1 promo pack, your Act 1, the 1.2 update pack, the rulebook, the artbook 1, Act 1 dice, sleeves, and tuck bags. And that is all that's in Wave 1. Then they have Wave 1.5, which is actually June, so it's actually supposed to be a little bit earlier, but we'll see when everything is actually. And this is just the Lupercalis for 2022 and 2023. Because they don't have much else with the gameplay, they kind of have a little bit separate because they're just kind of fun little things to have. Wave 2, which is end of this year, beginning of 2024. And that's going to be everything else, all Act 2 stuff, Act 3, Kickstarter 2 promo, all of the bounties, all the other small expansions, vial variations, extra dice, all this stuff will be Wave 2, which will be end of this year, most likely beginning of next year. Also, real quick, within this FAQ sheet that they have, if you have backed something and you don't know what you have backed, like what was in your all-in pledge or partially all-in, right? If you don't know, they do have this, and it will tell you if you went through the portal here, you could go down and see what was all in through the portal pledge. If you're in the return to the portal, it will go through and you will see everything that was in your pledge. Once again, I'll put a link to this in the bottom as well. So if you're confused of what you have and what you're already getting, go ahead, come into here. It'll show you and you can decide what you want else on this late pledge. Also, here's the FAQ. There's not a whole lot there, so I'm not going to go through it. But there is a small little FAQ if you want to look at. Also, this is another pledge level guide, but it's not as in detail as the Excel sheet was. But I'll put this as a link as well. But this kind of tells you what else is in each of the pledges as well. So the main question here is, what do I need? So it comes down to what you like about this game. If you just want a game to play, none of the expansions are needed. Nothing is needed except for Act 1, 2, and 3. Outside of that, everything is just extra. So if you just want the game to play the game, it's great. And guess what? Act 1 is over 100 hours. I think I have over 100 hours within Middara Act 1 right now, and we are in the middle of Chapter 4. Right? So we're not even done, and I have over 100 hours. So it's not like you need those expansions to get enough content, right? There's plenty of content within Acts 1, 2, and 3. Now, if you love the story and you want to get deeper, I think the expansions are great. I think they add story, especially the adventure packs and the micro adventure, where they actually add story into the adventure mode, like more of the story other than the backstories. I think that's awesome. The side quests are always fun. They have a fun little thing. They add a lot more loot and items so you can get stronger off on the side quests, right? I don't think the expansions are bad by any means. However, they are not essential. So if you don't want to pay the extra money, don't feel like you're missing out that much on anything. Now, once again, with the Kickstarter 1 and 2 promo pack and the update pack, if you like the miniatures, get it. If you're okay with standees, there's no need for it. That's probably my biggest thing is don't get caught up in all the FOMO in this, because Acts 1, 2, and 3 give you so much stuff that don't feel like you're missing out on anything else, because you're getting so much game just with Acts 1, 2, and 3. Now, if you're a collector and you want everything, get it by all means. I think everything is great. I think everything in this game is amazing, and I don't think anything is bad, but it's not all needed. So please let me know down in the comments what you think, what you want to back, what you think about this. It is expensive. That is one thing. It is expensive. Let me know what you think about the price, what you think about this game, what you think is needed, what you think is needed as you've been playing this, and what other questions you have. Please let me know if you have any questions down below. I'll do the best to answer them. I'm not a master of this, but I do love this game, and if you're not yet, go ahead and become part of the Discord channel for Middara. There are so many questions answered, and Succubus Publishing is actually really good at being public within their Discord. They will actually answer questions and everything, so if you have any questions, that's probably the best place to go. But if you want to ask me, go ahead and ask. I'll talk. I'll definitely reply to all my comments. If you're liking this type of stuff, please subscribe and like this video so I can do some more, because I absolutely love doing this for you guys. It takes a lot of research to figure this stuff out, and a lot of you guys don't have that time. So I'm more than happy to do that for you. So go ahead for me, subscribe and like below, and I'll see you next time.